0033. Mr. Spider's back. I'll wait to see if you get a notification. Let's hope I'm streaming because I think there's another one that's active. I don't know how to do that. Are you on? Tell me hi. Now, what that, I was just about to say, let's plug it in. We are plugged in. 32%, 0033. And that last video, what was too much said? That would be, I can't get out of it. So it's just still streaming, which means I have to delete it forever. So that one doesn't get to get watched back by anyone who's not on the live. If you tap on it, it's just going to carry on streaming. And I believe the only way I can get rid of it is to click delete it forever. I've just been playing around because I don't know, I've managed to come on live though, and I haven't deleted it yet. So I think I turned it on to private though. I think that what was coming out, I'll stop reading them channeled messages. That's cool. You might have enough clarity now. I went outside, looked at the moon and the stars. We were touching on something. It is what it is. It's just stuff that might make sense now. Sounded like it, didn't it? Well, anyway, it's not going out there. The public won't hear it. So whoever was here was here. There's only one here now. 144. This is the energy of like being shut down, scared, running away. As the truth becomes clearer. So a notification did not go out. I did tell the guys I'd be here at past. So whoever's here is here. I'm going to carry on reading these cards. We won't touch the phone. We won't look through the notes. There's a lot of interesting notes. But I think that enough has been said. And also I've given you some hints and tips on what to do yourself to kind of get messages via using technology. Talisman is in reverse. Okay, so we read details. That was the first video that I'm not sure if we will get to see. If it kind of stops spinning around, I'll put it public. But the public won't even be able to see it if you're not subscribed or you haven't caught me by chance on a live. It's not actually uploaded for 12 hours. So non-subscribers, unless they've caught this video while it's going live, or the one previous, won't know what was said in there. Okay, but if it does, I will upload it because I'm interested to know what comes out in my lives. It's cool though if it doesn't, it's not an issue. 49 in reverse, Talisman. I do want to get this message out though. Okay. I feel like I've got to tread carefully. Well, if that's how it has to be, then that's cool. One can try and tread carefully, but then that's kind of like blocking myself, locking off my words. Locking off my words, I said. Blocking off my words. Well, I don't really want to feel like that. I don't really want to feel that there's things that I feel uncomfortable talking about or that I shouldn't talk about that. Why not? And that's what I was actually going to say, because it was just like, this is stupid. Because I've been having like things shut down, and I was on a video call earlier and then all of a sudden they couldn't see me. I was like, oh, I think we're going. I think that's it. Shut down now. And it's that energy, and I could feel like indigestion within like my heart area. And so I went outside, looked at the stars. It's like, what do you want me to do? And they said, shine bright. And it's like, okay. And that's quite hard when it's like walking on eggshells, but that's cool. We just trust that the divine will tread tentatively. Talisman in reverse. 49. Let's just read the message. I've got a fresh cup of coffee. But that first cup was quite cold. And it's colder indoors than what it is outside. That's what I felt. I come in. It was like, it's bloody cold in here. So, geez, it's like, what do you want? What do you want? Sherry, no more walking on eggshells. We are empresses, for Pete's sake. And who the fuck is Pete? What's Pete got to do with any of this? I used to have that conversation with a friend of mine from the past. It's like, is it Pete's dragon? Is it? It's just like, who the hell is Pete? What does that mean and even mean? For Pete's sake, for Peter's sake, I'd say it's God's favourite disciple. Well, after Mary Magdalene, but hey, let's have a look at this talisman. It says a reverse talisman card warns that you must be aware of the repetitive patterns in your life, like shutting down. It's quite evident. The shutting down, the running away, the hiding in the shadows, getting closer and closer to it, and then just both of my grandparents were named Peter. Well, there you go. That's who's coming for Pete's sake, not for God's sake, but for Sherry's grandfather's sake. That's who's working there, Sherry. Ancestors, but you already know that. A reverse talisman card warns that you must be aware of the repetitive patterns in your life. Sometimes the things that feel most familiar carry with them reminders of what you don't want to experience again. Yet here you are, faced with an important choice. You can move forward cautiously, or you can look for another path that will take you in a new direction. Consider this. If you've fallen down a hole a few times, why wouldn't you walk around? Why wouldn't you walk around it this time? If you know where the hole lies, treasure that wisdom. I know where the holes lie. I'm serious with you. When I went out on my walk, and I know the area, brickwork was starting to show, like slabs have been moved. And it's like I saw a lot of brickwork within the forest. And I also found 2 very deep holes. One of them was quite concerning for me because I've actually been one of these people that has been quite drunk and walked through the meadow shouting my affirmations to the moon. With this so-called friend that I spoke about Pete's sake with. Seriously. And I thought that yesterday when I was on patrol, and it was like, and I was rummaging around. We was looking for a new place to build a den, and we were going kind of like really deep into the woods. That's after I kind of left you guys with that little video. After that, we were still out for quite a while and we were rambling. Okay, going into like untouched kind of forest to look for a good place to find a place to build a den that isn't going to be destroyed because the other ones have been. And I was kind of going off, I'm going to go and check over here. And when I did, I found like this brickwork, but it was like it was an entrance to something. So there was a massive hole. And I'm like, straight away, I'm like, that's not very safe if someone was out here. But it was in the rough of the forest, of the woods. But when I was on the meadow and walking along the main path, again, it's red brick. And it was like, that's interesting. And it was like a shoebox size. Oh, when did it speak about having that box that you put things in? I thought of you, Sherry, when I read yesterday's second message and I started reading the Law of Attraction at the beginning of the book. And it spoke about having a shoebox and putting in there your desires. And I did think about you and your shoebox. Well, this was like a shoebox, but it was a hole in the ground. And I thought to myself, wow, I've walked through here like in the dark. And that's like, well, it's just a red flag. It was, I don't know where it appeared from. And it was kind of like in the pathway. And I thought, well, that needs to be addressed because someone could like fall down there or one of their feet. Okay. The house I grew up in was red brick. Yeah, my house is actually red brick. That's what it takes me to. And it takes me to like with the cat following Megan home. It's just like trying to get closer to your home. The DM's energy. It's wanting to get closer, locate you. That came out in a written message. Ooh, that was when I first started doing these channelings via typing. It said, I want to see where you live, how you live. My house now has red brick trim. That's what I could see was a red trim. But that's I said to Jamie, I'm like, why all of a sudden is everything just showing itself? It's like there was brickwork underneath all the, I know that this used to be like, I believe it was a mental hospital here. It's got beautiful. I mean, I'm right in the right place, aren't I? Those guys weren't mental; they just weren't being understood. So I don't feel that I love the area, um, but it's kind of like on its own, which would make sense. We're kind of like on a little, I don't know, I suppose in a way, a little island on its own, with just this little area surrounded by the motorway or fields. Um, so they were kind of like segregated over here, and we have a big tower, which I believe used to have like two parts attached to it. That I believe it was a water tower. I'm not completely sure. They still have the old estate where all the nurses lived, and I don't really know too much about. Like that's the only thing that's kind of remained. And then down by the shop, there's an old building. I'm not sure that spider's crawling over my screen, so I'm not really sure what that building. There's some history here, and then there's tunnels and all sorts. I don't know. But I do know that all the actually, I went out for a meal, and because I'm a chatty person, I'm likely to talk to people maybe on surrounding tables. And I got chatting to one lady. I think normally I get talking to people when you visit the ladies' room. I kind of come back with a new friend or something. It happens often. It happened with Bruno Mars. I went downstairs, like we was at the Forum in Inglewood, and like the toilets, you go downstairs, and I got chatting to ladies normally in the mirror, you have a good chat. And then I come up and the kids were waiting at the top. So we were just like hanging around there. And then these ladies come out and up the stairs and they're like, "Hi, that's my friend. Hi, my new friends." It's like kids look at me and go, "Seriously? You've been gone like 5 minutes. How do you do that?" I don't know how I do it. Like I'm a distraction. Hi, Gal Gal. But I do so yeah, I got chatting to this lady and I kind of said where I lived, and she said one of the roads are named after me. I used to be a nurse that worked at the hospital. So I got chatting to her about that, but she told me more about then I realized that all the names here are named after people that were associated with that hospital. So but I love all the trees. As you can imagine, like a mental hospital would have like kind of good nature, peaceful places. So there's the benefit, isn't there? That's where I live. On an old mental site. Suits me right down to the ground. Okay. I love it. I've never lived in a place that's had the feeling that this place has. It's as safe as I've ever felt. It's nice. It's nice. I'm lucky. Okay, right. My pop is here now. Hi. Hi. Hi, I came back. Wow. Bond, we got cut off. I'm so pleased you're back because I think you can help us with some clues because it's all within the name, isn't it? It's all within the name. I'm talking about the naming of streets and Bond, you came back. Who was the king? Bond. That's what. See, Bond, you missed it, but this energy come through that just went Bond, and it's like she's not here. Someone was looking for you. It's the Blues Clues, Blues Clues. You gotta find another Paw Prince, and that's another clue. Gotta put it in your notebook. I must write that down. Saw evidence of my divine masculine coming today. Seriously, that's. Oh. So, Bond, I'm serious, and you won't be able to watch it because it cut me off, which then meant I was just still streaming and not buffering, just streaming, but my laptop shut down, which cut off the stream, and I don't know how to activate the same stream. There's not a button. There's not even a button to say end streaming. Not my DM. Yeah, exactly. Your DM was like, Bond? It's like, she's not here. It's like, where is she? I don't know. Something about speaking to a king. Not happy, Bond. Not happy. I think you got in a strop. Where is she? A king's called. What king? that it come through, it was like, "Bond." I just all of a sudden said, "Bond." And I'm like, "She's not here. Why am I calling her?" So, jealousy. I'm just a jealous guy. It takes me to that song that goes, "I'm jealous of the wind." I was actually gonna share that earlier, but many a times today, it's like, "I can't go there. I'm sorry that you're there, but I can't go there. I'm jealous," and it's just like, this is what I was gonna say when I first come on, when I was out. The whole point I went out, asked the stars, "What do you want me to do?" The moon looks beautiful, by the way. Anyway, and it was like, embarrassment is gonna get you nowhere. Okay, because it just feels like a whole load of embarrassment. You want to be recognised, but then you don't want to be kind of come forward. It's just, look, I'm just not going now. So the amount of times, like today, I've had messages like, "I'm jealous of the wind, and I'm jealous of," like, yeah, I get that, but you don't need to be jealous, do you? Is it buffering? Fuck me. Okay, I told the king to do one. See? Chill out, Bonds DM. Seriously. I'm jealous of the rain. Like, jealous of, have you, I've been through that stage where I was jealous of, well, I don't actually anymore really want to kind of know, because like I'm affected by his energy. So it's like, if I go looking, it's like, oh, and then like it's, you start thinking about all the people that's have the privilege. That's how you look at it, to spend like time with your divine one, which you would love to be doing. And it's just like, jealousy is just not going to get us anywhere, is it? So, but you can be jealous of like the wind and the rain and whatever, whatever, or whoever is surrounding them. And it's just, I'm not going there, keeping the heart open, not going there, no jealousy, not doing that. That's just like the mind, isn't it? Why be jealous of something that you have? Because you can connect to it immediately. Jealous. There's no point being jealous, is there? There's no need to be jealous. Megan got jealous. She used to be really, really, really a jealous person. Tia, do you want to have a bit of my dinner as well? That's very unlike her. Would you like to get down from the table? You're jealous of my plate and my food, my leftover food. I'm jealous of your leftover food. It's intoxication of love. You can either admit that it affects you or deny it. It's whatever, isn't it? I wouldn't know what she would. Do you like tomato juice? I can't see what else that cat would be lapping up juice wise. For one, the yolk in the egg is gone, but she's got my plum tomatoes. Do you like that? It's got bacon juice with it. Okay, you go for it. I have a Japanese maple in my yard. I got a little table and put some lights out here. Created a little area. You're trying to make him jealous, Sherry? Seriously. And I'm jealous of the lights of her little Japanese maple area. Sounds nice, Sherry. See? Nice visiting here and here. That's what they're doing. Buffering, we've already established that one. I told the king to do one, we've already established that one. It's back, so's my spider. Come onto my finger, little spider. Are you going to run really quickly? As soon as I put my finger, like you can sense it. Come here, don't run away. Come onto my finger. I won't hurt you, will I? But you know this. Okay, you run then. It's back. Baby, come back. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 bye. I must admit I was a clown to be messing around. But that doesn't mean that you have to leave town. Sometimes I was jealous over angels. Mhm. No, it's for the puppy. Now they're jealous. You replaced them with a fucking puppy. Creating a space for me to receive. Love lives here. You abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Let me give you a sync. Just a vacancy. Love don't live here anymore. Oh, it does. Love lives here. See? This is the one that's on its side because it's only the one screw. We've got a screw loose. Yeah, well, you come to the right place. Where the hell was this? Like, I think oh, that's not how it was. But seriously? Oh, there it is. Oh dear. No, that's very okay. Yeah, we can do that. It's like a diamond shape now. Shine bright like a diamond. I wonder if anyone notices. That's a little, not very much. It's proper. Before it's just like at an angle. What I've done is I've actually hooked it into a little love heart that's a whole. Love lives here. Nice sync. That's my old song. That's all being healed now. Yeah. Yes, but as we're healing, obviously, like I was going to say, there's a strong chance. We know that there is that chance. They're going to feel the intoxication that we did, and actually have to get a grip of it. But it's a bit different, isn't it? I think it's a bit different when you know that someone wants you and adores you, and you know that it's there for you if you're brave enough to go and claim it. Um, there's a difference to the kind of like, you abandoned me, love don't live here anymore. That's kind of like, yeah, you abandoned me, but don't worry about it because I had so much to learn, and actually I'm really appreciative for that time, and love does still live here, and it will forevermore. So don't tickle me. Well, you can tickle me if you like. There's not that emptiness anymore, is there? Okay. I believe we become emotionally mature. And there wasn't any kind of book on this. Well, there was, and it's kind of going all the way back, isn't it, to stillness and oneness. And so that's what it helped us to ascend, to discover all this knowledge here. Details, details. Absolutely. Did that make sense? Well, let's hope so. Right, loves. Right. Love lives here, not there with karmic. No, I don't think it ever did. Okay. It was just to fill a vacancy, maybe. Big topic for today. Did we finish reading about the talisman? Nope. Let's carry on then. God, I get sidetracked, don't I? Yeah, always, Lucy. Right, so consider this. If you've fallen down a hole a few times, why wouldn't you walk around it this time? If you know where the hole lies, treasure that wisdom. Although the universe is unlimited, every individual path has some limitations. Accepting that not all avenues are available to you at this time is a powerful realization. That said, you don't have to retrace your footsteps either. No matter what, you're on this path to gain greater wisdom, regardless of the choices you make. It says choice you make. This is a time to ask others who have been here before for advice and assistance. We've been there, haven't we, Divine Feminines? Can still go there now, but we just kind of wisen up and know what kind of triggers us, and whether, if you kind of delve into that, then it gets you yearning and wondering, and all the stuff that comes with it. Okay. You get lit up. That's why you go looking, because it kind of lights you up, but does it actually light you up? And you get to that point where you can just remember them. You don't actually have to go like there. You can just, what to recall. And that's all 5D, and not what the 3D illusion bullshit is telling you. That is bullshit because you're told the truth. Right, don't fall in that hole. So this is the time to ask others who have been here before for advice and assistance, and who else can really truly understand the divine masculine, love and accept them just as they are, adorable, cuteness with the quirks, which I've been speaking about in the first video. I spoke about how like Megan and Jamie were like on about the cute things that they find within each other when they're observing each other. And who else really gets the divine masculine more than what the divine feminine does? You. So he knows that. But that's scary, isn't it, when someone kind of gets you? I that's something that I had to overcome, even with my own divine masculine. Was I'd even say to him, I can't say what and he would come out and say exactly what I was thinking. And he's like, I know what your fear is, and and you're like kind of open, aren't you? You're like, okay, and then you hear someone tell you what your fear is, you just kind of go, I don't really like the fact you can read me that closely, that you actually know what my deepest desires, inner fears are. They just get you, just like you get them. Okay. And then you're going to get it, aren't you? They're going to get it. You got it. Anything you want. That's what I'm feeling at the moment is the divine masculine energetically is sending you anything you want, anything to make you happy, because they get you. There's no one else really that you kind of tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth to. Is it's like impossible for me to lie to my divine masculine. I might not tell him everything, there's a lot to tell. So I'm not purposely keeping anything like back from him. It's just like when he asks me, I'll tell him the truth. It's no, that's just like I just can't do that. So there's no bullshit. No, there's no bullshit in each other. No. See my shapely back as I walk away. Not every man is a good DM for every good DF. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got to have someone that kind of. The whole point of this is that you're like you're with someone that you don't have to tell them like all the time how you're feeling. They're just going to know. They're going to know how to respond, how to react, how to perk you up, pick you up, and it just comes so naturally. Okay, so like when I said with Megan and Jamie, it was like Jamie's like really, really positive at the moment, really pulling Megan up because she needs it. She will not pay. I noticed that's when I noticed the connection is that she was only 15 when they first met, and he would travel all the way up with her dad. So he actually got to meet Megan's dad and spend some time with him because they lived an hour away. So I move out of like uh, the city where Megan's divine masculine comes from. We move up here and then she meets him online. Okay. And it's an instant thing. And then they start talking. And then like obviously their dad lived in the same city, so when he come up to visit, which would be a couple of times a week, he would bring Jamie with him on the way. He'd go and pick Jamie up. So Jamie was talking about how like Megan's dad gave him a lot of life advice on these car journeys, um and so he was only talking about that yesterday, but he actually, and then he kind of disappeared as soon as we found out that he had cancer and that he'd be needing some operations. And then I believe before he had had his first operation, Megan and Jamie started their separation. And it was hell, really. Everything kind of happened. I had Megan going through that. And then her dad was extremely ill. But it wasn't for Jamie to be around during that time. And yeah, but he did get to meet him, which was a godsend. Where was I going with that? I don't know where I'm going with that. I need to really think about it's 2 minutes past one. Only divine masculine, the right one feels right, and the right man does the right things. Yeah. So yes, he's picking her up at the moment, but it was only seriously about a month ago. She's going, I'm sick of him with his attitude and like being negative. I've told him. I told you guys, she said. I told him if he doesn't change it, I'm not sure I actually want to be with someone like that. So then he changed, didn't he? And then she's kind of sunk, and it's like, okay. So he's really now stepped into a different power where he's like, no, like good things are coming. We need to be ready. Okay. So you have to have faith and trust that these guys don't even watch my videos and it's happening. So it's not the influence of our videos that's making it happen. It's happening. It doesn't matter whether your divine masculine's watching this reading, he's getting, or video or whatever, he's getting the impact of it. Okay. Right, we need to think about getting wrapped up here. Not just that, but it's 3 minutes past 1. And I do like to be respectful for the workers, for the working ones. So although the universe is unlimited, every individual path has some limitations. Accepting that not all avenues are available to you at this time is a powerful realization. That said, you don't have to retrace your footsteps either. No matter what, you're on this path to gain greater wisdom, regardless of the choice you make. This is a time to ask others who have been here before for advice and assistance. Their wisdom will awaken your own. Okay. 16, in reverse, rescue. Close. Then what happens? See the signs? So close. Even maybe get a glimpse of your divine feminine, just while she's out and about. And then we go in reverse. "16. Are you trying to rescue another? Do you believe your love can change someone and miraculously heal this person? Or are you waiting to be rescued? Do you believe that someone will sweep you off your feet and take away all of your troubles?" Well, by today's, it's like the divine feminine is going to sweep you off your feet when you actually understand the intensity and how really she is who she is because of you, because of the masculine uh, impact in her life. So wanting to, if if the divine feminine is lit up when she speaks about her divine masculine, then she wants to kind of be the best version of herself, not just for, well, it's not really for her, it's for her masculine, so that she feels worthy enough to be seen by his side. Now, the divine masculine feels like divine feminine, you're like out of his league. He's put you up on this pedestal, and it's just like, I'm not sure they understand actually how proud we would be to be seen with them, let alone the other way round. That's not what we're thinking about, is it? We're not thinking like, oh my goodness, wait till like we're going to build you up once like you're seen like beside me. And it's just more like, no, it'll be an honor to be um, out and about in public with your divine masculine. I think there's a bit of a misunderstanding. Hi, Moon Cookie. Hello, Lucy. I had to get a new phone. Did you? What's going on with everyone having like, I don't know, it seems to be who the other day, Peachy P, lost your phone for a couple of days. I mentioned how about I don't even bother with the phone number anymore. If you want me, you have to find me on social media. It was like, and then we got a new phone. Are we all changing numbers? Just want to be with him. There you go, Laurie. Regardless of the past, I mean, I don't, you get to that point, you go, I don't even know what kind of happened, why we're not speaking, or why there's this tension, or why we're walking on eggshells again. It all just becomes a bit silly, doesn't it, and childish. Maybe when you've like grown up some, or you feel like you want to grow up. It's a very intensifying, intoxicating love, guys. I've never experienced anything like it. And I'm not someone that kind of doesn't socialize or isn't aware of people's energy and isn't a people's person. It's not, I've never felt anything like it. Okay. But it's getting really nice now. Just to, I think that most of us have lived with these signs and synchronizations for so long. It's going to be a bloody shocker when it comes in. What did it say about sweeping off of the feet? Got the book in reverse. It was just like there has to be some action steps on the divine masculine so that he allows himself to be swept off of his feet. Okay. Let's read this because it's interesting that them words are used, and they were words that I kind of, when I was writing the channeled letter, I thought, okay, it sounded like the divine feminine was going to sweep the divine masculine off his feet. So, do you believe that someone will sweep you off your feet and take away all of your troubles? Reversed, which makes me feel as if what you felt, divine feminine, he is feeling now. Details, details, talisman, rescue. So reverse, the rescue card cautions you against romanticizing your situation right now. I feel like they're getting too like I don't know. It's accepting their destiny. It says look closely and see reality as it is rather than an illusion of how you'd like it to be. And I feel that this is the divine feminine, you know how you'd like things to be. Masculines are just kind of waking up to the reality of, oh, it's not just me that she actually wants. It's like, it's not just me that wants this. I know that my this is my divine feminine's um, desire. And it's like, he's seeing that now with clarity. Where's that little spider gone? I keep hearing good things come to those who wait. Most definitely do. We're not to push this, okay, to try and hurry it along. It's an awakening that only the divine masculine is going to feel satisfaction from actually doing himself. I know that personally myself, when I've actually been brave enough to speak up, especially about my emotions and how I felt towards my divine masculine to him, regardless of the outcome, I just felt so proud that I could actually be brave enough to speak up. At least I'm not going to take that to the grave. At least he knows. At least I got to tell him. And that's all that matters really, is what I what I've done and the effort that I feel I've put in to try and keep the friendship, the relationship, the connection going. But and I will always want to put that effort in. But I won't put that effort in if I believe that someone's not actually welcoming it or wanting it. If I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm on the borderline of pestering. You know, when you send a message, you could get a response, you might not, dependent upon, I don't know, whatever's going on with them, which you don't know what's going on with them. And then it's like, is it a right time? Is it? And it's just like, oh, no more. It's like he should be aware of how I feel. Um, and not, I mean, I've actually told him. And then I can just leave it with him now, can't I? Okay. And just trust. Okay. That it's all being sorted out one way or another. Let's carry on reading this. So rescued, it says reverse, the rescue card cautions you against romanticizing your situation right now. Look closely and see reality as it is rather than the illusion of how you'd like it to be. You need to step back and rescue yourself. Trust that spirit will guide you to expose the illusions so that you may discern the difference between truth and fantasy. And like I said, it's going to um, become clear one way or another. Good things come to those who rise to their true vibration. Absolutely. Laurie, I have nothing left. Oh, I was going to say I have nothing left unsaid. I have left nothing unsaid. He knows how I feel. I have no regrets. I don't bring it up. I just continue loving him from a distance. Yeah. Yeah. And that's another thing, is that I know that if I know what I'm like, and I know that if um we was to speak, uh I would have to bring up this. I'd have to talk about spirituality. And so I'm just trusting that the divine knows the right timing, and if it's not right or it's not beneficial, then it's not. Um, you know, that's absolutely fine. I'm just doing what I'm guided to do, which is to be authentically true and not blue. I don't want to be blue anymore. Oh my God, you told a DM how you feel. What? Best wishes. Have you not, Pond? Yeah, I think that's one thing that, yeah. The last, this has been, I've had a realization of what, with this video cut off, because this could be an uncomfortable conversation to maybe listen to. But when I first received a large quantity of money, how I spent that was, we kind of, my family laughed, like my, not my family, like my children laugh. Let's get it right. Just my, because all I have is my children. Everyone else has been taken out of my life. Okay, so and I had a big family, and I'm a very caring, giving, loving organizer, fun, okay, to all of my family. I had quite a big family. So once I had this money, I started to one want to take people away to treat them because I knew that maybe, they didn't get the opportunity to kind of have a really nice holiday, expenses paid. So I done that immediately with my children, and Megan was with somebody else, and they got to come along. And then my three best friends, I booked in like New York, Paris, and then the other one, it was a couple of holidays because she had children. So it wasn't really viable for her to leave the country unless her kids were with her. Um, and then my sister-in-law, I can name them, okay? People that I wanted to kind of share the money with. So a large whack of it went on that. Interesting enough, I haven't seen any of them people since. I took really well, a couple I did see a little bit afterwards, but then it phased off. So I look at that as kind of paying them off. Jamie even said that earlier. He said, it might have been today, he said, you just paid off them people with your money. I said, that's fine. That's not on my conscience, is it? So I've never had anyone treat me the way that I've treated others. Just so naturally want to. It's just that I love sharing and caring, and that happened. And then once I'd done my bit of traveling, I had one holiday left, which was booked later in the year, in the August with my sister. But we had already paid. Well, I had already paid for that. That was already booked. So I just needed to kind of, get the hotel and all that stuff nearer the time. So I done a couple of weeks trip uh, with Emily. We done a bit of a tour of Italy, and when I came back, I knew I'd be speaking to my divine masculine. Now, in the February, I'd seen him for the first time in about 3 years. And it was a bit like, I haven't seen you for 3 years. When my husband was ill, I didn't see my divine masculine in the physical at all. It was like I wasn't allowed to. We spoke on the phone and we made plans, but then plans never kind of transpired into anything. So he transpired in, he transpired. My husband transitioned in the August. I saw my divine masculine in the February, and I wasn't really sure what the connection would be like. I wasn't into twin flame stuff. I might have just been waking up to it a little bit. It's kind of like, this is something different. And then when I saw him, it was like the most intense evening ever. So the love had intensified on my and his behaviour was just different. Like he was very vulnerable. And I brought this up, and it was afterwards. And it was the thing is that when we're together, it's very intoxicating. And then when I feel that when we kind of go apart, he just like, I don't know, it's like I don't exist. It's okay then until I don't know, but I haven't heard from him in years. It's just been me to reach out and me to reach out. So when I had time to digest it, I wasn't sure whether we were going to be seeing each other again. And this is a kind of walking on eggshells. It's kind of like, will I be able to see you again? Should I really be like that with my divine masculine? Like, do you ever want to see me again? That's kind of like what our relationship was like. And then it was like, one more time. All right, then just one more time, one more time. Until in the end, it was just nothing. Contact just got further and further away. So even after like my husband dying, we didn't talk about it. We met up, amazing. Then I go off, and it's a good couple of months after, because it's the April. I get back from my travels, and I can't wait to speak to him. He said, we'll speak after your travels. Okay. So had this draw to come back home. That's another story. But when I was away, and when I got back home, I messaged him, arranged to talk, and I knew that I was going to tell him that, like, can we just be together? I don't want us to be apart anymore. So I kind of knew. So I messaged him, can we have a chat? Had to wait about 4 days, like seriously, 4 days for an appointment to have like a chat. The things I've tolerated, I wouldn't tolerate from anyone else. No fucking way. And so I plucked up this courage, cried in front of the mirror, begged the mirror, please don't, please don't make me look like a fucking idiot. But in my mind, it was like, Lucy, you have this amount of money, so you can kind of pay for this and you can actually sort out things. And it's like I had a whole fucking plan for about a year. I could keep us on the remainder of this money. So I got my sports card, got everything out of my system, had all the clothes, had the traveling, and it was like, well, what do I do with this bulk of money that's left? And it was just like, well, set up life with your divine masculine. Okay, best tell him then that I want that. So I done it. Rejected straight away. I don't know if he knew I was going to be asking him. It was a bit quick a response. No, never happening. Don't know why you would think that. And it's like, fuck me. Well, there you go then. And like, that's cool. I took it. I still told him the plans. I asked me if he wanted to know them. He said yes. So I still told him it was just total defence. And then, really, to be honest with you, I spoke to him once. That was in the November, and then we didn't talk about that. We were just talking, and then at the end of the conversation, I wanted to kind of say sorry for scaring him and for approaching him, but I've never got the chance to say that. He doesn't want to talk about it. Well, that's what he stated, but that was like over 3 years, 3.5 years ago, guys. Like, I haven't really, that's when, no, I saw him about 3 years ago. It was in the February. And it's like I've had one conversation, and when I tried to like even say, I'm sorry about my approach and that I scared you and blah, 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 it froze. That's what happened to my DM. But that's my truth. So I just used the money on me after that. And that's what's been taking care of me. And then it's kind of like, okay, Lucy, we send you in more money. What are you going to do? I don't think I'm going to go to my divine masculine and offer a life. I don't think it matters how much money you've got. If they're not ready, that doesn't matter. Nothing can make it easier. So, but at least I done it. And Divine said, good girl, because it's better. Because I fancied the pants off of him when I was like 20. And I didn't tell him because he was in a relationship. So when we hooked up like years later, he was like, why didn't you tell me? And so I wasn't going to not tell him this time, was I? Regardless what the outcome was. And that's kind of how we've had contact via text. He knows I'm a tarot reader. I've done him a tarot reading as well, a personal tarot reading, which he hasn't really spoke to me about. That was about 6 months ago. And I think it's best I just leave. I've got nothing else really to say that isn't going to be like, well, in person, really. I'm not going to keep trying to reach out to, I don't know for what. I don't know. It's just, that game's done. Over. Let's have a read what you're saying anyway. Because that's where you triggered me to, Bond. So, Laurie, yes, he's known. Cardinal saying good night. Bond, yes, he's known for over 30 years. I deserve to be loved, no expectations. I'm loved, loving, lovable every day, not a mug. Not a mug. Maybe that should go on a mug. August and February, significant months in my connection. It froze, we know that. Did you get, what's that say? Did you get that? If DM were happy, I would not interfere, just would have kept it as friends. That's the thing, is that Laurie, they opened up to us. We know damn well what their life's like. They've told us their life story. Don't sound that great. But we're not here to rescue anyone, are we? Let's just go on and live our greatest lives. And, well, if they don't see the potential in that, or are not courageous to go for that, then it is going to be them that are going to be the ones. They're going to be the ones that are missing out. My DM reached out to me today after over a month. That's awesome to hear. Just fun chit chat, nothing serious. Was happy just to hear from him. Yes, I feel. And I was saying something here about, actually, was it this video, the last video? Laurie, I think you said you just want to see him. I'd love to just hear my divine masculine's voice. Oh my goodness, to actually have like an old conversation. It doesn't have to be like all the, I don't even want to bring that up now because it's kind of healed. Well, I'm hoping that anything can be spoke about. That's like kind of the aim. But you both need to have healed from that situation, and actually it's still this don't want to go there. energy. You have to respect that. Over 7 billion people on earth, you deserve the best. DM told me he knows I care for him deeply. Of course. Blair, I'm lonely, but I leave it all in God's hands. Blair, you've got to learn on this loneliness thing here. When you're connected, you're not lonely. You learn that actually you don't need them in the physical. Okay, you feel them energetically and you will get there. You are awesome, Lucy. Thank you. Okay. I know that. He knows that. I'm just a bit scary, I think. Well, whatever. You can't be scared of me, can you? That's not going to work, is it? There's nothing to be scared of. Give me like 5 seconds with my divine masculine and I can change his energy like that. I think sometimes he just likes to be a grumpy little bugger. So just, it's his ego. It's adorable. That's one thing I love it. I can see when it comes in, it's just like, you just want to roll your eyes. But there's a time and there's a place, and the time and place is not like continuously to always feel as if you're in that energy with someone, not knowing what kind of mood you're going to catch him in. I was told in the last conversation that he's happy. Yeah, and we're not to be jealous of that. Let them be happy. We want them to be happy, don't we? I don't want them to be scared. My ears are ringing. Playfulness. Let's call in some playfulness to recapture romance. Allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. You start to forget what you were kind of disgruntled about. Okay, playfulness. I'm not going to go into this too much. I'm actually going to get off because I've been on for 51. And I'm tired now. The messages are tiring. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. I feel like the masculines think that we're laughing at them, and we are so not. You see this, like, the amount of you that I speak to that know your divine masculine has this energy, like this seriousness, but you won't like change it for the world. Because you know how to keep them in check. It's kind of like sweet, but it's when they're kind of negative, it feels as if, well, if they're not close to you and being playful with you and trying to capture the fun, youthful moments that they share with you, just like Bionic Chris said there, about it just being like actually fun. It's like, it's hard because when you disconnect, you kind of disconnect from all of it. So not only do you lose like the romance and the sexual energy, but also you lose like the playfulness and feeling that person that you know has your back or encourages you. You kind of cut yourself off from all of it. And that's a shame. That's a shame. So keep an open mind. I spoke to someone the other, well, it was last week, and they said, you know, it's like, I don't believe that about opposites attracting. It's like, well, you're never going to attract your divine counterpart then. Because how the hell are you going to attract the yin yang if you don't think that opposites attract? You make a complete whole picture. Who wants to be the same? But then you are. But it's like you cover the whole spectrum together anyway. We gathered here for a reason, and I believe we are onto something. Me too, as well, Moon Cookie. Sherry, my DM told me he just wants to be happy. I think I said that once to my DM. I just want to be happy. I'm sure he said, don't we all? And it's like, obviously not. I just want love, sex, and romance, don't we all? No. Betty by time. Is it, Laurie? 1:27? I suppose I best get off then. We are gathered here. We know that we are gathered here. I don't want us to come across as we're some kind of cult. We're not. We're a tribe of lovers who are channeling love. Okay. And a lot of love for our divine masculines, and we can't help it. We can't help it. We have to surrender. We're not to get involved. Love's love. Let it have its way. Its wicked way. Moon Cookie, I hope the choice is the path. I hope, he chooses the path that leads him to true happiness, of course. of course. And we just have to get over ourselves, don't we? It's just like, they'll let us know. When the time's right, I'm sure they will. What should we end with, ladies and gentlemen? Listen how quiet it is. Don't you love it? It was the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children all nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads, and Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, have just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a dash, tore open the shutter and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave an object of midnight, or moonlight maybe, to the objects below. When what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeers and a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick, Father Christmas. She's divine masculine. So much love. I am humbled to flow grace. My DM is God's source. I will meditate, fast, pray, and play for Mother Earth and the cosmos. You go, girl. We seem to. Did anybody actually give me a card to end with? Decision making, guys. It's going to feel like all your Christmases wrapped up in one. Why not? Are you not worth it? Why not? Heart chakra, keep your heart open, Lucy. I know, I felt it then. It's like, don't block yourself off to it all. All of it, this lifetime. Love is the heart of the matter. Your heart is the centre within your physical being attuned most to love. It's safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart. As we stand by with perfect protection and guidance, you see how the divine counterparts are so being loved, being tenderized. Avumi, you got it. Anything you want, you got it, baby. You want a Avumi? You can have a Avumi. Of course you can. Look, in this game, you can have whatever you want. So focus on the good stuff. Wishes every day. Look for those dandelions. Wishes every day. We both typed Rumi at the same time, Bond. It didn't come up at the same time. Well, I didn't see it come up at the same time. Did it? And then Laurie came in. She's still thinking. She's just releasing your blocks, aren't you, Laurie? And I screamed Rumi before you, ladies. Tell them, Laurie. You're working on that block, aren't you? Just let it, let it flow. But I don't feel that I need to go out there and purposely let it flow. So it's like I don't need to go and inform people. If they come close, it's like, I'll inform you on whatever you're wanting to be informed on. I wanted to sing then. Well, I wish it could be Christmas every day, when the kids start singing and the bands begin to play. I love listening to the kids every day. Bond popped up as I was hitting send. There you go. I did. I know. Let's marry at Christmas. Bethlehem, yeah, let's. Blair. Yeah. Ask her. Blair. Would you like to marry me at Christmas? Well, when you say about Bethlehem there, that takes us on what the vision is. So go to Revelations 21 to 22. Okay? Easy to remember, isn't it? It's the end of the Bible. So Revelation 21, 22. It'll explain all of it. The divine masculine gets a glimpse of New Bethlehem. Okay? It's a prophecy. It's a legacy. I will practice doing walking meditations. Oh, sorry, walking talking meditations to unblock. Interesting. I've been doing more when I done the walk through the forest, I didn't talk. And it's good to watch it back as well. And it's even better to watch it now because it's in high definition. Because whenever I upload the videos, they go out in standard definition first. And then a few hours, I don't know how long that one is because I'm not really fussed about watching myself in high definition. But yeah, it kind of sharpens itself up a bit later on. So, but do whatever you feel drawn to do, Laurie. No duds, only studs. Stub muffins. Oh, you put that stub muffins. That's what I went to straight away. Little stub muffin. Fucking love them. Who loves their stub muffin? Fucking love it. They think we're taking the piss. Town of Bethlehem is a couple of towns over. It could be a couple of towers over. Okay. Laurie, stub muffins. Yeah, stub muffins. Yummy. Yeah. Don't go there. You want to get me glowing. But the thing is, when you do that, they think you're taking the piss, and it's like, oh no, you're cute. It like really turns you on, doesn't it? It's like, you turn me on, you got a sexy body, and they're like, shut up. And it's like, nah, it's true. It's truth, whole truth. Swear by it. Where are we going? Roommate. Get me out of here, guys. That's what you should be able to shout. Like, you go into like the forest, don't you? Like, well, you know about I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. Anton Deck, participate, but they don't participate. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Why don't they stick them in there? Yeah. Has that been done? I don't watch this, but I did used to watch this. And when you want to get out because you realise I'm a fucking celebrity, what the fuck am I doing? I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. You can leave the jungle. You might not be crowned, but all those bush tucker trials and all that. Like, seriously, you're going to eat kangaroo balls, are you? For what? To impress who? Who's even going to want to kiss you after that? So I'm a celebrity. Get me the fuck out of the jungle. Okay. So I just think, well, you know, I tell you what, the nicest story in the jungle that I found was a beautiful connection made between Peter Andre and Katie Price. She was natural and so beautiful, but maybe, I don't know, because she's had so much work done to her, maybe because she believes that she's not beautiful. I don't know what that's about. That was the most beautiful state I ever. She had her hair like really plaited, braided, and they fell in love in the jungle. And that was a beautiful connection. And then, I don't know, that got fucked up. It might be due to insecurity, seeing that she doesn't even look like that person anymore. And it's like, why stunning? But if you don't believe it, then it's going to eat you away, isn't it? You're just going to always be trying to be someone that you're not. I say, don't fuck with what the Lord's given you. All right? Right. And be grateful, and then you'll start to evolve. Well, I keep saying to you guys, when you love what you detest has been given to you, you detest it. Okay? It's a big test, isn't it? So love it, and then watch you transform. And it's like, oh, I am fucking sexy, aren't I? And you start actually believing the people that tell you that you are beautiful rather than going, I'm not. I mean, that's just depressing in itself, isn't it? It's like, I think you're sexy. And it's like, you don't believe that person. It's like, well, because you don't believe that you're sexy yourself. So, your left ear hurts. I just whistle at him. I did in my dream. Wait. Call me. I'll text you. Okay. Heard that before. I don't often ask him to call me. Why? What do you want to talk about? I won't know until we start talking, will I? Fucking hell. It's like I have an agenda. No, just really would like to hear your voice. Maybe I need to be triggered, a bit more growth in me. Let's see what you're going to come out with. And it just stops. Don't happen anymore. Not needed, is it? Rumi. Oh, seriously, a new gown. You know, guys, when I keep pulling these same messages, tell me something I don't know. That's what, yeah, tell me something I don't want. Yeah, tell me something I don't want to know. Te- That's a good one, isn't it? Tell me something you think I don't want to know. Most of the time, we already know. That's the thing that's going to be so silly. They've got like themselves all worked up over stuff that we've already dealt with energetically. We're like, oh, right. Oh, we've already lived that one, lived through that experience. Because most of us, even with tarot can be draining for me because every time I channel messages, I have to actually take that on as a truth and then process it. I am affected also by these readings, and it's kind of like, how am I going to handle it? How am I? So it's great, but the more that I'm becoming more open and able to handle talking about it, the more they get me to talk about like proper deep stuff, and it's like, oh shit. Like at the moment, it's just me telling the story, and it's not just my story. So I have to be careful. I can't speak up for the other half because, well, I don't really know what the story is. Only what I'm told, and it's like, well, I have to be a bit careful, don't I? And not just that, but it scares them. I swear to God, something's just fallen on my fucking head like a spider. Right, I'm coming close. Is there a spider there? Now, I know you can see the grey hair. Listen, it's even better in like proper light outside. Grey, grey, grey. You see a lot of auburn here. It's like brown. This isn't the colour of my hair. Anyway, I swear there was a spider. Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil. If she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will. She's like a spider in her web, waiting for the kill. Cruella, Cruella de Vil. It's like devil. No, my name's Lucy. I'm from the Channel of Love. I think you're mistaken me with someone else. A new gown. Should we have a look at this? I've got to keep it down. I'm singing. It's 1:40 in the morning. Thought we was going to bed. Well, you're not going to sleep anyway, are you? No. You won't sleep all the time there's things playing on your mind. Okay. 18. Want to see the new movie? Yeah, what one? Oh, what, Cruella de Vil? No, I don't think I do. I think I watched the trailer and I wasn't that impressed. I haven't been sleeping. There's a lot on your mind. If it's not your mind, it's the other. They'll have you tossing all night long. All night long, all night. Yeah, I saw a trailer for it. I don't know if I was that. I'm not sure. I was a real big fan of 101 Dalmatians when Glenn Close. I'm thinking about her being in Fatal Attraction. It's like when Glenn Close progressed from like Fatal Attraction to Cruella de Vil. I mean, these are not good characters she's choosing for herself, is she? Yeah, I enjoyed that one. I like that one. That was a good one. But I'm not too sure when they keep doing these movies. I don't know. They're just like pulling characters out, aren't they? So, 18. I did enjoy Maleficent, though. That was a good explanation of who she was. So, anyway, it might be worth a watch. Let's read this new gown. When I do fall back to sleep, what's going on? Sleeping has been off, but catnap, lucid dreaming. Shit, what is it with this itchy arse cheek? A lot of excitement going on, but it's good stuff. Yeah, it's kind of good. There's a lot going on. No, I'm good. Wake up every 2 to 3 hours or just don't fall asleep. My sleep's been very unsettled, and I was only talking about it today to Jamie. I said, I'm definitely up 2, 3 times a night. Profound ideas come in the wee hours of the morning. Need to get up and journal. Epiphanies. I said to Emily yesterday. Was it yesterday? I was talking to her about something last night. And I said to her, "Don't worry, darling." I said, "I think you're just going to have an epiphany." This is so funny. I will tell you what I said to her. Comes in with today's thumbnail that I put up. I've just realised what I've done. Okay, so um, okay. Journey with Samantha and Beauty is quite desperate for subscribers, so she'd like you to subscribe to her channel, please. There's a pretty please on that as well. So go check out Journey with Samantha and Beauty. Okay. Blair, 7:30. I'm going to sleep. See you in a dream. My beautiful, gorgeous, sexy. That's it. Off you go. Sleepy, sleepy now, Blair. Okay. And anyone else who's got what they came for. Oh dear. Um, I got distracted, didn't I? Oh, okay. So yeah, because I'm just. I found it funny. 'Cause I'm open with my kids, so they know to put signs and synchronizations together. And Megan more so than Emily, especially when it comes to like me and my. I talk about my divine masculine, of course I do. Yeah, he's my divine masculine. So they don't kind of go, "Shut up, mum." Like they're giving me all the signs and synchronizations as well, and I'm sharing my wisdom as well, not just mine. So, which is so funny because it's just coming out, and like she doesn't say anything to me, but I said to her, I said, I think I had to say to her because she was very like down, moody, and I said to her, I don't know what's going on with you, Emily, but all I've got to say is that things will be shifting soon, and you're going to start feeling so much more better. Okay, and I felt actually that worked. She attracted in some money, okay, and then she's got herself like her dream job straight away. Couldn't get a job, and then she didn't even. It wasn't even advertised. It was her sister going for an interview, and her sister said, "It's not for me." Uh, and then she said, "And I don't have experience for that." And they said, "We're not necessarily looking for experienced people." And she said, "You want to speak to my sister? My sister's like a chef." So Emily's got to have a job as a chef. Didn't even do anything. Wasn't even advertised. So they message Megan and say to her, this is what they say to Megan, thank you, but we won't be offering you the position, but it was so wonderful to have a conversation with, they actually said like she was a breath of fresh air. That's what they said to her. It was very enlightening conversation and thank you so much. Could you ask your sister to get in contact with us? So then Emily did, got an interview with her in a couple of hours. Then next day she was in for a shift or a trial, and then she's had a test in the kitchen and she had to prepare food. Kid's only 17 and she loves it there. Anyway, I know she's got a couple of shifts this week and don't just check out Samantha and Beauty. Okay, make sure you subscribe. And she's laughing and she's like, subscribe too. Don't just laugh at her, make sure you subscribe. So all this has happened like naturally. So it's nice. Like she's like got, I don't know, direction. And because she turns 18, there's a bit of money coming in for her, a lot more than what she thought. So she's kind of like, oh, wow, I've got like all this coming. Not long. 4th of June is her birthday. So, but she's already been given like, she's had that feeling. So she knows that she's got this money coming when she turns 18. She's got this job that's been lined up for her, doors opening, and her sister's done it. They actually said to us, said we've never interviewed two sisters before. And then when Emily got home from like her interview, they said, Emily, it was absolutely lovely to meet you. Emily's more suited. Yeah. When Megan's a leader, I don't think they're looking for a leader. Emily is just a beautiful person to be around her energy. So she's sitting here yesterday and we're having a chat. And I was asking her about another area of her life. And I said to her, I think you're going to have like an epiphany. And I said, I think that's just going to happen. You're just going to have an epiphany. And she said to me, what does an epiphany mean? And I said, well, my divine masculine will call it a light bulb moment. I said to her, do you know what that means? She's like, yes. I said, okay then. So, yeah. But she's been out, she's come home. She even messaged me saying, when I get home, I'm going straight to bed. And I thought, she doesn't want to talk. But then she started talking to me via text. She's just knackered. Like, can we get on with the new gown, please? And then I've used the thumbnail of a light bulb. Okay. I can't remember what I put in uh, to actually find that. Mm, I can't remember the search, what I put into the search, but it came up with that. So anyway, weary and consumed by longing, I was caressed by my beloved last night, playing the guitar. I could hear it. My wounded soul was set free when I tasted the sweetness of love. My spirit was lifted at once. I surrendered my life while overflowing with joy, and my vision was filled with light. Love said, don't feel so helpless, my weary and gloomy one, for my generosity is beyond forgetting those devoted to me. See how boundless divine justice can be. Behold my immeasurable kindness. I feel very nasally. Love embraced my spirit, and all my doubts vanished at once. A new and glorious robe of honour was placed on my shoulders. Love offered me the power of new vision and the transforming touch of divine generosity, and placed a chalice of eternal wine in my hand. Rumi, I might have to go. Let's read this a little bit and I'm going to go. If I'm sure that's okay with you. Um, yeah, Sherry, that's been you journal lately. It's not your thoughts. That's I believe all readers are doing that on YouTube. Everyone seems to be channeling messages that are wrote down, including myself, that are not my thoughts. They're coming through. It's divine. I feel it's the divine masculine's way of communicating, and so they can actually verbally speak up. Tears. Yeah, that might be it, Laurie. Not my end. I'm not crying, but yes, it could be attached. And I need to go because we get affected, don't we, by what's going on the other side. Okay. Right. Let's read this. I'm sure it's going to come in, and I'm going to go because what time is it? 1:50 in the morning. It's Monday night. Just getting started. I have the perfect gift for you. It is a gown of new colours, of colours perfectly suited to you and no other. The colours of this gown will make your eyes sparkle and gleam as though they were more beautiful than the most precious of gems. The colours of this new gown will make your skin seem luminous, as if lit from within. For of course it is, beautiful angel. Your complexion is radiant with the light of love. Don't shake your head. I know. It's with the light of love. But it does say, for of course it is, beautiful angel, your complexion is radiant with the light of life. Your hair will shine with lustre, and your entire being will be complemented by this gown as it enhances your beauty in all ways. So hold on no longer to that shabby, tattered cloak, so unworthy of you. Cast it off. Let me grace your shoulders now with this royal robe instead, that you may shine beautifully as befits a royal child of divine parentage. I want to end on a journey of love. See, we'd let go of the attachment to that. Our gowns, that's going to manifest, guys. Original was actually doing some dancing in her red gown the other day. Divine gave me my gown in January. Blueberries and cream, whatever takes your fancy, Bond. Sounds good to me. Strawberries and cream is very nice, but blueberries and cream, healthier blueberries, especially if they're wild. I'm going to end with a journey of love because I like these cards, because I like a bit of poetry. Even though it doesn't rhyme, I like my poetry to rhyme, but hey, who am I to say what poetry is? I was going to say, isn't poetry song, not in motion? Or poetry is song, maybe, in the motions. Hi, Peachy Bee. Have you been here all the time? I've had a red dress for years. I've never worn it. That's my dress. There you go. The original's got it. No, she hasn't. That's hers, right? Does yours have feathers? That's comes with great big massive feathers for dancing. So I'm ending with this. We've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. We'd already been on for an hour with the last video. I'm not sure that will upload. Right, okay. I don't know what happened, but I couldn't continue. It's I tried to let you know in the chat. It might still be spinning. I'm gonna have to delete it. No, it's not your internet. No, no, no. My laptop shut off. I do that as if it closed down. It didn't. It just goes blank. And there's still charge on it. Like enough juice. It's not down to zero. Normally when I put it back on, it's like, I don't know, on 15, 20% sometimes. So it just, even when I'm uploading, and I know that it's even charged. I could be uploading and walk away, and I come back and it's all shut down. But that's not too bad because I can just go on there and it just picks it up when I'm uploading. But when I'm in the middle of a live, it just keeps it live streaming. There's no button to say quit live, end live, because I'm not back on the stream. So I ain't got no button to like press end stream. So if that doesn't sort itself out, maybe in the morning, I'll give it to the morning. See whether YouTube actually stops it. I put it as private though, I think. Right, across the waters, we're leaving it with that. That's good, it doesn't shut it down. No, it does my live though. I want it shut down because otherwise it's just like spinning. It needs to like end, then it needs 12 hours to upload. And I don't think we broke any rules, but apparently we broke every rule under the sun, spoke way too much, gave channelings like from Christmas time that are going to make sense to someone. So someone knows what they were doing around that time. And it coming with those automatic written messages. Let's do this because I've got to go. It's 1:55. 23. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Star signs, yeah? Okay. No rush tomorrow. Well, we'll see. There's no rush today. Seriously, slow road today. I think this is when my weekend starts. Like Monday, Tuesday, it's like my weekend. Okay, you are being called across the waters as if crossing a bridge of light from one ocean to a far greater one. Is that where I'm going? Oh, I'm going across the waters. Crossing a bridge of light from one ocean to a far greater one. These waters are your emotional waters, holding your feelings, your attitudes, your expectations, and your fears and doubts, as well as your hopes and dreams. It can seem like such a lot to navigate. Sometimes our waters feel overcrowded, as if swarms of people were descending into the ocean on a sweltering hot day, hardly finding a space in the water to cool ourselves. We can feel as though there is just no room for faith, trust, peace, and love. There is just too much happening in that water. I think it is a lot going on. It's a lot of a lot of a realization for the divine masculine. Okay. We yearn for the cool, calm mountain, lake, serene, giving, echoing, a gentle dispensation of grace. You are being called across the waters, out from an overcrowded sea, into the cool spaciousness of the endless lake. So it's time to let go of some mental clutter, some attitudes, some thoughts, ask for help and bathe yourself in the green and gold rays of healing colour. Just imagine them cascading down around you and through you or dropping on top of your head. Felt like a Buddha. But they're everywhere, aren't they? Well, they're not everywhere. We just have one Lucy, don't we? We're somewhere. I don't know where he's gone. He might have like multiplied in size. I don't know. Okay. Just imagine what we're imagining. So you need to ask for help and bathe yourself in the green and gold rays of healing colour. Just imagine them cascading down around you and through you like a waterfall. It's a bit like you're moving to a new neighbourhood. Told you something's going on in your neighbourhood, man. I saw a dog yesterday, and the breed of dog it was like humongous, like a little pony, like not like a My Little Pony, like but a little pony. And I kind of walked past this dog, and this dog kind of wanted to come towards me, and I was just intrigued. I just thought that doesn't look like the right breed of dog to be like that big. Just interesting. Okay. So it's a bit like you're moving to a new neighbourhood in a cleaner and more spacious town. It might be a bit unfamiliar at first, but soon enough you'll enjoy the difference. This oracle brings you a message. It is your time to think about something in a different light. Soon you will have a shift in perspective, and the feeling of overwhelm, stress, and just too much going on will be replaced with serene trust and peacefulness. Know that beneath even the most chaotic mind is a place of deep, quiet serenity within. Do whatever helps. Do whatever helps you dive deep to find it. Dance, take some rest, meditate, do yoga, write, paint, make love, make music. In that quiet serenity within, you'll be leaving unnecessary chaos behind, and you'll be presented with the gift of a new way forward. Should we end with this poem? Yes. There's a lot going on for all of us, Peachy P. Thank you all for the messages that you bring. You all bring with you messages. You know that. It's healing. It's very healing. I've begun singing again. I stopped for 9 years. That's beautiful. Sing your heart out and sing it loud. Ah, okay. I'm not allowed. I'm trying to keep my voice down because, like, it's 2:00. I'm going to end with this poem. Inhaling the soft scent of promised taste, the nectar moist upon my lips, I savour each sip across my tongue, dwelling in the moment's pleasure, warm and sweet, bathed in tingling thirst. That's another sign I can put on my manifestation, like proof of manifestation. I went past a dog bowl and it said thirsty on it. I was like, oh, you're thirsty. Confirmation, divine masculine is thirsty. Sorry, on the dog's bowl. Backwards, that's God. Okay, we're going to go again with this. Inhaling the soft scent of promised taste, the nectar moist upon my lips. Megan hates that word, moist. Me and Jamie just kind of just sit there and wind her up. Moist, Megan. Moist. Me and Jamie's like, don't you think that's a delicious word? Moist. I like that word. Third time. All the way through this time. No stopping. No stopping us now. Inhaling the soft scent of promised taste. The nectar moist upon my lips. I savour each sip across my tongue, dwelling in the moment's pleasure, warm and sweet, bathed in tingling thirst. I find myself wanting you, wanting more. That's what it would do, you see. I'm going. Right, get you out the blues though, don't it? Yeah. I love you all. I'm going. I'll take care. I'll take care of me. You take care of you. And I'll catch up with you all real soon, okay? Much love. Sweet dreams, safe travels. Bye for now.